If you're ready to ditch your phone cam and you need a recommendation for a great entry-level camera, this episode's for you.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Hi and welcome to DIY Film with Merle Becker, the channel where I help you make better videos. As always, stick around to the end of the video for today's bonus filmmaking tip. So I often get asked for so-called starter camera recommendations from not only content creators, but friends interested in taking some nicer photos and video. And if you haven't really done serious photography before, it's hard to know where to start. So I wanted to share my thoughts on what camera I would recommend and why. Drum roll, please. Even though it's a few years old, my answer is still the same. It's the Canon EOS M50. Full disclosure, I've been a Canon girl for a while. I think I had a Nikon in high school, but my first professional video camera was a Canon. It was the XL1, for those of you keeping track. So now I have several DSLR and mirrorless Canon cameras, and guess which one is filming the interview you're watching right now? You guessed it, the M50. I also have a Canon EF lens adapter on it so I can put my other lenses on it. I've also found that the M50 is great for B-roll. For one, it's so compact and easy to throw in my bag. And you know what they say about cameras and tripods, the best one is the one that you have with you. And lastly, I'm not alone. There's a handful of cameras that almost every vlogger uses, and the M50 is close to, if not at the top of that list. Now, I'd be lying if I were to say that everything was perfect about this camera. For example, according to the Canon website, Canon's dual pixel CMOS autofocus technology can't function during the 4K video recording, so the M50 has to default to contrast-based autofocus detection. Basically, this means the autofocus is not as snappy in 4K mode, and also the 4K image is cropped. But again, I think for the price point and with the features it does offer, the M50 is your best option. All right, so let's get into it. This is my list of 6 reasons I think the Canon EOS M50 is the best entry-level camera. Number 1, price. One of the biggest concerns for most YouTubers and vloggers when shopping for a camera is price. And when it comes to prosumer DSLR or mirrorless cameras, you can end up paying anywhere from $600 all the way up to $6,000 and higher. Finding one on the lower end of the scale can be a challenge, but the M50 is there. You can get an M50 and the 15 to 45mm kit lens for a little over $600 on Amazon or B&H. And I've seen the price dip into the 500s for the kit at Best Buy. So the M50 is one of the more affordable starter cameras. And when you look at the features it offers, it really does deliver a lot of value for that price. Which brings me to number 2, design. For starters, the Canon M50 is compact and light. It weighs a little over a pound with the battery and kit lens attached. It's super easy to throw into your bag or use on a GorillaPod or gimbal. And secondly, with regards to design, the rotating touchscreen makes it easy to film yourself from multiple angles and see what you're shooting while you're shooting it. So the design is great. It's small, light, and has a touchscreen that allows you to do it all by yourself. Number 3, the M50 has exceptional autofocus. As you probably realize, you're not going to be able to adjust the focus when you're vlogging or recording YouTube videos because you'll be in front of the camera. So one of the most important things you should be looking for in a camera is accurate, responsive autofocus. For example, say you want to show your audience something that you're talking about, and you hold it up to the camera so your audience can see. After you bring it down, you need your camera to quickly focus back on your face. And not all cameras or camera and lens combinations do this as well as the M50. The M50 has a feature called eye detection autofocus, which means that the camera can automatically detect your subject's eyes rather than just their face. The result is a more accurate method of tracking your subject. It keeps them in focus as they move around. Vloggers obviously love this because it means they can stay in focus as they go from room to room, filming themselves doing whatever. Even professional photographers rely on autofocus. It's just something you need. And the M50 delivers. Number 4, the M50 has a microphone input. Most entry-level cameras force you to use the camera mic, but not the M50, and I'm here for it. If you've watched some of my other videos, you know that I'm always talking about the importance of using an external microphone when recording videos. You should always always rely on something other than the camera mic. The reason is you want to keep your microphone close to your subject's mouth so you can get the cleanest audio possible. The M50 has a 3.5mm mic input, so you can use a wireless lavalier with it. Or you can also mount a shotgun mic on the top if your subject is going to be nearby. So for those looking to get good audio with their good video, and you should all be looking to get good audio with your video, the M50 is an excellent choice. Number 5. The M50 allows for interchangeable lenses. Most consumer entry-level cameras have one lens attached to the camera body and that's it. But say you're a real estate agent and you're going to be using your camera to take shots of home interiors. You're going to need to put a wide-angle lens on the camera to get the whole room in the shot. Or say you're filming yourself or another subject and you're looking to get that shallow depth of field / blurry background. You're going to want to attach a lens that will allow you to shoot with a really low f-stop. The M50 allows you to put multiple types of lenses on it. And the good news is, the popularity of the M50 has encouraged other companies to manufacture other affordable lenses that will fit it. Or if you're like me, you can purchase an adapter for around $100 so you can use some of Canon's other lenses on the M50. Did I mention that Canon lenses are my favorite as well? Don't at me, Nikon or Sony fanatics. We all have our favorites. So if you're looking for an affordable option that will grow with you as you build your kit, the M50 is a great place to start. Lastly, the Canon EOS M50 allows you to shoot in multiple frame rates, including some of the higher ones that many entry-level cameras don't offer.
On the M50, you've got your standard 29:976 and 23:9:8 frame rates for full HD. This will give you the option for more of a film look or more of a video look if you choose. Or you can also shoot 23:9:8 for UHD 4K, again giving you that film look option. But you also have the ability to shoot full HD and HD at 59.94 frames per second.
Shooting at 60 frames per second allows you to slow your footage down seamlessly in the edit for that lovely cinematic slow-mo shot. And it gets better. They don't really advertise this, but if you switch the camera into high frame rate mode, you can even record in 120 frames per second. You can't record audio or use autofocus in this mode, but man, to have a consumer camera for under $600 that shoots B-roll at 120 frames per second is a real treat. So once you get to a point where you're ready to play with frame rates, the M50 is a great choice. All right, so those are my top reasons.
Price, design, exceptional autofocus, microphone input, interchangeable lenses, and multiple frame rates.
I also have a little list of other bonuses, so here they are in no particular order. Bonus, I love the Canon sensors, and the M50 has a 24.1 megapixel CMOS sensor which captures low noise and high detail even in low light. Bonus, you can shoot still photographs in RAW format on the M50. RAW captures more detail and greater dynamic range, and it allows for more flexibility when editing your photos. It's what the professionals use. Bonus, the M50 is a mirrorless camera, and mirrorless cameras are rapidly replacing DSLR cameras. So if you're looking to future-proof your purchase, mirrorless is the way to go. And last bonus, Canon is now incorporating Wi-Fi connectivity with their cameras, so you can connect the M50 to your phone or computer wirelessly to download your images. Oh, and one more bonus. Canon has one of the better customer service departments, in my opinion. I've spent considerable amounts of time on the phone with an actual person from their technical support line who is truly informed about their product, and they're genuinely working hard to resolve my issue. That's a rarity in today's marketplace. All right, my friends, let's do the tip.
Once you buy your camera, consider putting a UV or clear filter on the end of your lens to protect it. Then, if something ends up damaging your lens, it'll damage the filter instead and not the more expensive lens. UV filters cost around $6 or $7 and can be found at most camera stores. They were originally designed to protect film from unwanted ultraviolet light, which could make a photo look different than intended. But today's digital cameras don't really need them for this purpose. Instead, photographers stick them on the end of the lens so that if they accidentally scratch it while cleaning off some dust, it scratches the filter and not the lens. Or say a rock or something flips up and hits the lens while you're filming your off-roading. It'll crack a $6 filter and not a $600 lens. So invest in a clear or UV filter for the lens, and if something happens to your lens, it'll save your glass.
As always, I hope you found some of this helpful. And of course, I'll leave a link to the M50 and the lens adapter in the description. And if you have any additional videos you'd like to see me do regarding equipment reviews or suggestions, be sure to leave them in the comments section. Before you go though, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe and hit the bell so you know when the next one is posted, and I will catch you next time.